Welcome to the AI Ireland podcast, your window into the world of AI innovation on the island of Ireland. Join us as we explore how AI is harnessed to tackle both business and societal challenges, revealing the cutting-edge solutions emerging from this vibrant AI community. Don't forget to subscribe for the latest updates and insights in the world of AI. Welcome to today's AI Ireland podcast. I am your host, Mark Kelly, founder and CEO of AI Ireland. I hope you're doing really well wherever you are in the world today. We're joined by Eamonn O'Toole. Eamonn is currently serving as a consultant in data science. What that means is, in that role, he's machine learning architect and product owner at Dell Technologies, and he's involved in many innovative AI projects. With over 5 years of experience, Eamonn has built an extensive skill set that stretches from data analyst to machine learning. Before joining Dell, he worked as a senior data scientist at Johnson Controls for over 3 years, leading a team focused on data-driven growth. Today, we're going to explore Eamonn's multifaceted career, but also take a little bit of a look on his application with the team for this year's AI Awards, which they are finalists for AI and Large Enterprise. Eamonn, thanks very much for joining us on the show.
Hi, Mark. Thanks for having me.
Tell us a little bit about the genesis of the Contact Connected AI project that you're finalist for this year's AI Awards within Large Enterprise.
The part of the business that I'm operating in within Dell is called Managed Services. So for the folks who maybe don't know what Managed Services are, we're dealing here with IT and cloud services. And what Dell do is they manage, for a series of customers, we manage IT and cloud services such as backup, storage, compute, network, things like that. So that's been an increasingly competitive marketplace in recent years, where there's more and more players coming into the market, and customers are expecting more to be done with less. So they're expecting better service from ourselves without having additional cost. So the key to unlocking that, as is the case in a lot of different contexts, is better use of data. So all of those infrastructure services and systems, they produce a ton of data that typically, up until recently, we haven't had the capability to be able to use. So part of my role is basically to define and design how we can use that better. So what we've done within Dell is we've defined or designed a multi-layered framework to deliver intelligence right across the managed services architecture. So to kind of boil that down into simple terms, what we're looking to do basically is build 4 different capabilities. So the first layer, the first capability that we're looking to do is called prevention. So for prevention, that's exactly what it sounds like. We want to prevent problems and incidents that might occur in the customer's infrastructure before they happen. So that's the kind of the moonshot. That's the ideal goal. But as we know with machine learning, nothing is ever perfect. So stuff will always get through. So the second layer then is trying to tackle what does get through, and that capability we call detect. So if a problem does arise, we want to detect it quickly and efficiently, so that we can minimize the impact of that for the customer, and so that we can try and deal with it as quickly as possible. Then to kind of build on top of that, then the next capability is called react. So we want to support an accurate and a speedy response, both from a manual perspective. So today we have lots of support agents that are helping to manage that infrastructure for the customers, and they're responding to the incidents. So we want to support them, give them the information that they need of what has been detected, where it's been detected, and give them suggestions potentially on how they might go and solve that. So those first 3 layers are kind of around the here and now. They're the real-time management of the infrastructure. And then the final layer is called planning. And that's about kind of predicting on a more batch type cadence. So like once every quarter, once every month, to see what's our expected volume of incidents for the coming months, and to make sure that we can kind of provision staff in the correct spot. And by doing this, we're hoping to reduce the number of incidents that we do have. And then for the ones that we do have, we want to minimize their impact and do that whilst maximizing our use of data and not introducing additional costs for our customers.
When we look at customer impact, how has the implementation of the AI solution directly impacted customer experiences? So like, have you got like any metrics to share on that?
Yeah, sure. The approach that we're taking is agile, right? Across the framework, we're introducing specific solutions that build together to give us the overall intelligent framework that we're looking to do. So I'll touch on one of those. One of those is called intelligent ticket routing. And what we're doing on that use case is when a new incident ticket comes in, we want to route the ticket to the correct person or the correct team that can solve the problem. Because what we found previously is that tickets were kind of routed in a default way. So they went to kind of a central hub, and then from there they were manually routed by people. So that was introducing delay. The customer was seeing delay in the amount of time that it was taking to resolve their ticket. So when we analyzed that across all the customers, we saw that the potential opportunity there, what that was costing the customer, was about 4% in terms of the overall time to resolve the ticket. So by introducing the intelligent ticket routing, we're specifically targeting that. So we are reducing the number of touches within Dell. So we're making our processes more efficient, and there's less people touching tickets. But what the customer sees is that they see that their tickets are being solved 4% faster on average. Now, some customers, they see a bigger improvement than others, but the average across the business is 4%.
When you look at the data analytics, so the project is touted for the driving the analytics side. Can you elaborate on the types of data analytics models you've employed?
So for that one specifically, we're doing two things. Fundamentally, it's a classification problem. So we get in an incident ticket and we need to classify and basically predict who should get the ticket. So a ticket would be composed of traditional kind of categorical variables, and then there's also typically text fields, and they're open text fields. So they would describe what the problem is, and they can be filled by an automated system, and a monitoring system, for example, that's automatically monitoring the infrastructure. They can generate tickets, but you can also have a situation where the customer, a person, generates the ticket. So we need to be able to marry the two of those. So what we've done to do that is that on the text side, we're using natural language processing and text clustering. So we've looked at historical tickets, and we've used clustering to come up with a set of ticket types or description types. So then when a new ticket comes in, the first thing that we do is we find out what type of ticket is this, what cluster is this most similar to, and that basically gives us a label for the ticket. So that essentially converts the description, the text field, into another categorical variable. And then we combine that with the other categorical variables, such as the ticket priority, what's the system that generated the ticket, what's the category of the ticket, what's the subcategory of the ticket. We look at location. We also look at things like what time of the day was the ticket generated, what day of the week was it generated, because again, that can potentially impact. So we've got a bunch of categorical variables there, and then we use a cat boost classifier to basically analyze all of that information and give us back the group or person that should get the ticket.
And from a data integration point of view, how do you go about doing that?
Yeah, so that's really where, like, that's the most important thing. We have within Dell, there's a variety of different what are called ITSM systems, and they're basically ticketing systems, right? So the biggest one within Dell would be something called ServiceNow. So what we've done is within our team, we have a variety of different capabilities. You've got data scientists, you've got architects like myself, but we also have ML engineering. That's a core part of what we've done. So our ML engineering team have designed ML as a service. So basically, we've wrapped our solution in a microservice, and that's the ServiceNow or any other ITSM platform can query using a REST API. So when they get in a new ticket, as they're generating the ticket, we'll have a workflow that converts the event into a ticket. And the last part of their journey is to basically send us the details of the ticket. And then our response comes back within a couple of seconds. And then as the ticket, before it hits the glass, before the agent sees the ticket has been routed already. So from the end user perspective, it's seamless. And we have that close integration. And it can be, like I said, it's with ServiceNow specifically within what we're doing currently, but we have designed it in such a way that it's effectively ITSM system agnostic.
Could you give an example of how the system provides real-time recommendations and resolutions to customer issues?
If we go back to that previous example, we're integrated with the ticketing system there in a real-time manner. So they're generating tickets based on the information that they're getting from the customer or from the automated systems, and we're integrated in such a way that we make a response to them within within 2 or 3 seconds. So that enables our routing and our intelligence to be injected onto the ticket and for the customer before the customer actually sees anything. So it's seamless, it's real time, and that's in that instance. We also have another solution around anomaly detection where we're tracking the volume of tickets that are being generated. We're making an assessment there once every minute. So it's not quite real time, but it's good enough. And part of everything that we do, like an early stage of the process when we're designing the use case or designing the solution, we try and understand what are the timeliness requirements so that the solution is practically useful when we put it back into the business.
And as a follow-up on that, do you see that it is like an effective issue prevention? So AI is being kind of preventing issues even before the customers experience them because you're kind of getting ahead of that.
That's correct. Yeah. So that's our goal, and we're working to build that out across the entire set of services that are managed within managed services. Now, the one that we've made the most progress on there is the backup service. There we have an integration with our backup software so that we are making a prediction 24 hours ahead of time. For backups, there's a schedule of jobs that are going to run. So we're predicting 24 hours ahead of time. We can see what the schedule is, and we're predicting what backups are going to fail in the next 24 hours and raising an alert on them. Now, currently, that alert is going to a human agent, but we're also working to build automation into that so that we can automate, where possible, all of the solution so that we prevent the failure from ever occurring. But if we can't prevent all of it, we want to automate to do at least some of the steps. So automate what we can so that the incident is prevented. And if it can't be prevented, we automate so that we make sure that the incident is recovered from as soon as possible.
So when you look at the lessons learned now that the project is operational and successful, are there any insights or lessons you'd share for enterprises looking to embark on a similar journey?
The key lesson is, like, there's the standards that you always give about, like, you can only do so much, you can only do what the data allows you to do, and understanding where the data comes from and things like that. But I think the biggest things that we've learned is understanding the context in which your solution is going to be used. So I say within our team, I say frequently that we're a machine learning and an AI and data science team, right? But we're building solutions and we're building products. And those solutions are only solutions up to a certain point. And then when you come to the part where you're deploying them and they're going to touch the business and touch the data in the business, they stop being machine learning solutions and they become products and they become software. And they're going to be used by somebody in a particular context. And so it's to understand that aspect of it. That is, from what we've learned, that's nearly more important than how good your model is. If you can build a model that does 70% of what you do, but you nail that final user interface, that user experience aspect of it, our experience is that will have more value than a model that gets you 95% of the way there in terms of accuracy or whatever your metrics are, but is hard to use or hard to understand and hard to action when you get in. So it's to understand that context is the big message that I would have for anybody looking to do something similar.
Yeah, the context is very, very important. You hit the nail on the head with that. In today's episode of the AI on podcast, we have the distinct pleasure of speaking with Eamonn O'Toole, ML architect and product owner at Dell Technologies. Eamonn's comprehensive experience also as a data scientist at Johnson Controls has really given a good understanding of the role of AI and machine learning play in the corporate landscape. We covered an array of subjects today, Eamonn, so thank you very much for being a guest on the AI Ireland podcast.
Thank you, Mark. Pleasure to be here.
I'm really excited to unveil my new book, AI Unleashed, Navigating the AI Revolution as a Business Executive, which is now accessible to purchase on Amazon and Amazon Kindle. This publication is the fruit of half a decade's worth of meticulous research and high-level conversations with experts in the field, both in Ireland and globally. The book is particularly timely, featuring current discussions on AI governance in the European Union and North America. If you're aiming to grasp the full scope of AI, ready your enterprise for its transformative power, and utilize it to your advantage, this book is specifically crafted for you. It serves as a pragmatic guide, clarifying misconceptions and presenting real-world insights for leaders entering the AI sphere. The book covers an extensive array of subjects, from AI's role in diverse industries to generative AI applications. and provides guidance on avoiding typical missteps in AI initiatives, all supported by the most recent studies. Additionally, the book highlights case studies and applications that have earned accolades at AI awards throughout the years and emphasize top-notch AI utilization in Ireland. For executives, poly-architects or technology aficionados seeking to make sense of the intricate world of AI Unleashed Navigating AI Revolution is your essential handbook. So it's now available on Amazon. This book furnishes you with the expertise and instruments required to deploy AI more effectively and ethically.